Good day, good day, good day, good day. Good day. I'm fresh out the bed. You know, I'm kind of feeling a little on two sides right now. And one side is happy for the future and also almost like mourning my past in certain areas. And then on the other hand, I'm just completely disgusted with how people can make decisions in life that changes other people's lives. On one hand, you know, is knowing that we are all connected ultimately. And then on the other hand, it's like, you know, it's just this group of people, you know, no particular like look or style or whatever of these people, but it's just a certain level of complete terror within self. And I'm always able to look at both sides of any situation, but it doesn't make it any better, any easier, just because you can understand why people or how people get to the point that they do. It still never make it any better, you know. It's just a lot, bro. When you sit back and reflect over your life, most times you was kind of like in one of three places, right? You was in a place where either you really have never really had to deal with any real hardship in your life, right? You never really was around chaos. You never really was around really anything that was really just super negative, right? Then you got the people like myself who's kind of in the middle. I've seen things, experienced things, and then on the other hand, I know that God has taken care of me, right? Because I can't say that it was just my decision making only, right? Because there's a lot of situations that's so beyond me. And it could have been, you know, could have been your ancestors, right? Those are pretty much your angels, typically. Your guardian angels, same difference. But it's a lot of situations and a lot of things that have gone on in my life where I know the turnaround from that situation was so beyond me. Which is another reason why I think I feel as strongly as I do about what I do. Oh, I'm looking through the blinds. They just opened just a little bit. I had to turn my ring light on to get some real light because this is all you would have been seeing in it. Yeah. And it ain't. And I'm still getting most of my light from the ring light. But anyway, the trees just went crazy out there going. Anyway, so, yeah, man, when you just know, something bigger than you has been carrying you through on a lot of different levels and a lot of different situations. And you see things play out so differently for other people in their lives, and it just make you have to really start reflecting. And not to say that I have not been grateful before today, because one thing I know is what I know. What I just stated to you, I'm aware of. I realized that a while back, and it's just hitting so different now though, because I was given the gifts and the abilities that I was given, right? And I'm meaning this like in a multitude of different ways, right? But in purpose wise, to be here and to do this, what I do, I come and like talk to people and just try to get people to look at things in a different way and to think outside the box, or to just think in general before acting, or before shutting down, or before this or before that, right? And I'm human, you know. I'm working on myself every day. And that's how it's gonna be for the rest of my life. I'm gonna work on myself every day. So with that, I also understand that everybody's walk of life is not the same, and some people just got it harder. It just is what it is. But I always also feel within that you always can turn around the thing that's over your life, you know. I feel like you can make a turnaround, and you can also start to understand where these things come from, why these things happen to you, and really start to really sit down and get it together here, man. And it really does change. It really can, because though I was experiencing the things that I was experiencing, God was still in it every time, and I could see that. And that just helped me to develop a lot of better habits, and in return see a lot of great things happen for me in my life. But I also understand that I have to also learn things as well, right? Like, so I'm not gonna just be able to get everything, anything I want just because, you know, I want it right then, right? Like, there's a order of steps, right? And I think when you're in alignment though, I believe when you are in alignment, I know when you are in alignment, it's really a minimal effort life, just to be honest with you. It really is. But it's so many things outside of us that get us caught up, you know what I mean? And the third is, of course, for people who you've seen mostly trauma in your life. And yeah, so that was the third. But I feel like any situation, mentally, you could always have a turnaround, depending on where you're catching it at, right? And how you look at life makes a difference. You are allowed to go through your emotions. You are allowed to feel how you feel. But that's not the end all, be all, right? And when we can get that through our mind, it's like, okay, I feel like this, but what now, right? If we start to possibly think of it that way, maybe we can do a little bit better. Because a lot of times what I'm seeing in life is people's reaction to having their feelings hurt, people's reactions to old past trauma that they're holding on to, people's anger issues, and people just whole situation, man, when it comes to how they live this life and how they never learned certain skills. And I know how when you in something, it's a little difficult, right? It's a bit difficult to get out, especially depending on your personality type. Are you addictive? Do you have an addictive personality type, right? I know it's a lot of factors. It is. It really is. And it's harder for others than it is for others. But when you break it down to its simplest form, it's all the same things. It just plays out in a different way, and it has a different stronghold on different people. But some people don't know that they're living in darkness until they're able to see light. Because I was just thinking about this last night while having a conversation after some tragic, news. But it's just like you get so used to certain behavior, certain things happening, that you really do think that that's the norm. And it's not until you start to venture out and see something else that you start to really be intrigued and even really possibly start to truly desire that. And right now my tears are coming from just purging that energy. Because when I say it's a lot of like dumb, stupid decisions. Like sometimes, man, you've made the best decisions. You just gotta go through what you gotta go through, So I know it's not always decision based. And that's another thing, because when it's time for you to go in and do your mission, you gotta go in and do your mission, right? So it made me think of people who like falsely convicted for things that they didn't even do, and they're having to live in it, So I know it's not always something that seems from the fair side, right? And sometimes it's a situation where, you technically could have avoided it, right? But you didn't listen. So I feel like there's a lot of things that go into play with all of this, right? But man, how much are we really doing what we can do to be better people? That's my point. And that's my concern, because I feel like so many people use their pain and their past and their emotions as a excuse, as a distraction, as a way of getting having and so forth and so on. And you can't run off of pity of self and pity of what has happened to you in your life. And then, everybody can't just get over it. who said that the people who was able to move forward just got over it? Nobody said that they just got over it. You know, maybe they just learned a different way to deal with it. You know, maybe that's the case. Some people completely brushed over it altogether and never really got over it. They just brushed over it. So it's a healthy way and it's an unhealthy way, right? Always. But I just really want people to, like, really, when you go through things, man, sit your tail down and really process what's going on. Because you carry that energy around and you make dumb decisions from your pain, from your trauma, from even from you thinking, right? It can be something you're not physically doing. It can be something that you're mentally thinking that you don't need to be thinking, right? Because you just keep putting the same energy out into the air. You just keep spewing the same thing, right? So it don't matter if you don't say the quiet part out loud. It's still energy. You still conjured it up. It still exists now. And the only way that you can destroy that is if you turn it into something else. You transform that energy into something completely different. So they like say, you take the lemons and make lemonade. It's basically what it is. But yeah, man. I just had a little moment that I wanted to get off my chest and share, because that's why I do what I do, honestly. That's why I've been this way all my life, bro. If I can help people, like if I know something and I know it can benefit you, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? I don't withhold information. If this is what I know you're trying to do, I'm gonna help put you on, right? Now, please don't take me for no fool, cause discernment is real. But if I can assist you, man, I definitely will do so. But you gotta be like really willing to do the work, and as long as you're really willing to do the work, I have no problem with assisting you. But if you think I'm gonna be the one that's gonna do it all for you, my services are no longer available. Especially if you're capable, you know what I'm saying? So, no. But, yeah, it just is what it is, man. I like to share knowledge. I like to put people on. And I don't really... You becoming the best version of yourself is the reward for me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really need you to come back and try and do nothing. You know, if you do, I'm appreciative, because I'm always open to receive as much as I'm open to give. But and I wasn't always that way either. I had to learn how to receive, you know, and stop just being the giver. So yeah, man. I know people who probably have known me from my past, and to see me now, they're probably like, man, you know. And it ain't even that I was out doing crazy stuff. Like, it's just that I was outside, you know. I know I had a certain reputation for myself, you know, basically. So, yeah, man. But I always been chill. It's just that I was gonna be off on my own zone, on my own planet, basically. That was my reputation, being on my own planet, baby. But yeah. And I've made some stupid decisions and done some dumb things too, that I know some people probably may not be fond of me for. And it is what it is. It's understandable. I had to learn too. You know what I'm saying? It's understandable. For real. It's very understandable. So yeah, man. I just want to get this off my chest, man. But I definitely think that we can do better as people, man. I don't think we put enough time into ourselves. I don't. I think we share a lot of false energy on this internet. What I mean by sharing a lot of false energy is that I think that we give each other so much attention on shit that we shouldn't even be giving each other attention on. And we feed in more of the BS than we are of the things that can help us push forward, right? So, yeah. Do better. That's the title of this. Do better. We gotta do better. But I'm about to stretch. And probably get this video in this computer system, man, and go and get it downloaded, exported, uploaded. Now I'm about to go ahead and probably get the process rolling though. Boy. We all just need to do better. Especially with what we're looking at right now in this presidential situation. When are we ever gonna be able to do better?